Wow, it's getting late, Albert. Why is that? I don't. It's so late, Albert.
Whoever is producing this thing has no idea what they're doing.
Albert, I just don't know. Commissioner, how could it get into the outfield like this?
It's been a very emotional time. We've had such a great start to the show, and then Steve Moskowitz also coming in.
Yeah. Well, let's make a let's call an audible here, Commissioner. I'm going to do Florida, of course. I'm going to do the. I'd like to do the Dominatrix up higher if I could. Okay. But we can. We're nimble. We can just go where we go, right? On this.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. My friends, it is Friday, and we are live. And I would say a couple of things before we begin. Excuse me. I'd like to clear my throat before I say a couple of things. First, I would tell you to smash the like button like a boss. I mean,
smash it with your iron rod.
Yeah.
Smash it with your iron rod.
There it is, yes. Smash it with your iron rod, the thumbs up. If you're watching in replay, smash it twice.
Smash it
no,
with your
don't smash
iron
it twice because then
rod.
it'll go off. No, smash it 3 times. All right, smash it once, but, follow through with a power fist or something. Anyway, the point is the likes are important to us. We've been demonetized on YouTube, so I ask you to click through to themarkthompsonshow.com, come to Patreon, or leave us a donation on PayPal if you see it in your heart to do it. Many of you have said, hey, where are the super stickers? Where are the super chats? Still kind of in the deep freeze for another couple of weeks, I think. I've been in touch with YouTube just yesterday. I had a whole big back and forth with them. So we're not fighting. It's just that you're not ever really talking to someone who knows the situation. They're dealing with your story, but they're checking in from it a month ago. So this is our burden, but we appreciate you helping us get around it. And Tony, you'll help me. I want to be able to acknowledge, in addition to the credits at the end of the show, all of the people who are our patrons, and we do add PayPal names to that as well.
Yes.
I want to be able to recognize some of the people on the air. So you'll help me with some of the larger donations. I'd like those people to get on-air recognition. So we'll do that over the weekend. And on Monday, on my birthday, I'd like to really uncork it for those people who've been so supportive. I very much appreciate it. Everybody you see as part of the show, I have to pay them. And I'm not taking any money now, but eventually I'll get money too. But right now I want to keep this thing afloat. And sadly, it takes money to do it. So appreciate your help. And now, without any further delay, let's do some Florida.
It's time for Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
A look at the weirdest stories from our weirdest state.
I will start with a Florida dude, or the oft-used term Florida man, 18 years old. He accidentally shoots a woman at a party.
No.
Yeah. But then, at the end of it all, he asks if he can still have her number.
Ooh, it's a wild idea, but it just might work.
Yeah, it seems like it's definitely a wild idea. 18 years old.
That is not a meet cute. That's not.
No. He was arrested after he accidentally shot with a gun. He shot a woman dancing with him at a Cocoa, Florida house party. That's right. Multiple witnesses told police that the victim of the shooting had been twerking near Maurice Thomas, who's the 18-year-old who shot her. And the twerking, I guess, got him so excited with his firearm that it discharged. And it fired a round.
What?
Yes, into her back.
Oh.
Yeah. Another witness said the gun just, quote, accidentally went off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The play of the play that the player played is this. He said in a message that he sent her on Instagram 2 days later, "I'm truly sorry. That S was never intended to happen, especially to you." And this is the great play. If there's any way I can get a second chance and talk to you on the phone, can you please let me know your number? Please send your number. I got to give him credit for,
Dude, I twerked for you and you shot me. No.
Yeah.
No.
He's currently held in the Brevard County Jail on $89,000 bond. He should send a third message saying, hey, if you have $89,000 you could get your hands on, that'd be particularly helpful. Well, this is a much circulated and pretty terrific meeting in Florida, actually Fort Lauderdale, of the city hall there.
That guy has a huge cojones, really.
Yeah.
To shoot a woman and ask for her digits.
Well,
I mean,
he may have huge cojones,
sorry.
literally. I mean, the gun went off. I don't know what.
I'm still stuck on that story. I just can't even believe it.
Yeah,
That's flabbergasting.
Yeah.
Shoot or shoot, I guess, right?
Shooter's got to shoot. Right. Right on, brother. Yeah. Finally, something good out of Florida, though. A dominatrix group shows up to a Fort Lauderdale City Hall meeting and demands taxpayer funding for, if you guessed, a sex dungeon. Yes. Tony, let's share it with the boys and girls. This is the city commission's meeting with the dominatrix. They take to the podium. For those who are listening, they're all in dominatrix garb.
Single file line. Very
good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, council peoples. You may call me mistress. I am here standing neutral to the motion approving an agreement for the proprietary purchase of yard waste processing and disposal.
They're going to purchase this public space.
Find it interesting that you will spend almost $1 million to hide your secrets down the drain.
Oh.
What?
Hiding that condom I know you used to cheat on your spouse with. So,
Wow.
What?
that you use a quarter of that mill to support doms and subs in Broward County to build a dungeon created for us by us, the taxpayers and voting citizens. In closing, do not let this glamorous look distract you from doing your duty to take my demand. I look forward to spanking each and every single one of you at the new esteemed dungeon.
It's fantastic.
Wow, that is.
Watch the way they walk out. It's beautiful.
Okay,
Anyone else
thank
wish
you.
to speak? You're being
Look at
done.
the strut. That's right.
City manager, are there any districts that have a dungeon?
Not that I know of.
Well, maybe that's the problem. You know,
How would you handle this?
we
could try ignoring it, sir.
I think that the
Florida, you're beautiful.
yeah, that's pretty strong. They came in, they knew what they wanted to say. I'll give them credit for not taking a lot of time. They were theatrical, but they didn't, they didn't pad their part at all, which is really kind of cool.
They're in, they're out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're in there.
single file in, say what you need to say, single file out.
She seemed to know a little something about people's private lives. You know,
She seemed very in charge. I'll give her that.
yeah, she was very in charge. That's why they call her.
Oh, you just woo.
I think they call her a mistress, or what did she want to be called?
Mistress, I believe.
Mistress, yeah. A Florida man is arrested with 10,000 fentanyl pills in Mount Laurel Walmart parking lot. Yeah, that's where all the quality fentanyl work is getting done. There in those Walmart parking lots. The arrest stemmed from joint investigations by local, county, and federal authorities. Shane Smith is his name, 33 years old, from Daytona Beach, Florida. He had 10,000 fentanyl pills worth about $40,000 on the street. And he was arrested, and he's been charged with 2 counts of distribution of a controlled dangerous substance. And he's at the Mount Holly Superior Court Jail. The pills seized during the arrest were multicolored. They're known as rainbow fentanyl. That's a new method, I guess. This is what they say, of having the fentanyl, displayed, used by drug cartels. Yeah. And the reason they distinguish it as rainbow fentanyl is because they can work it through, they can smuggle it into kids' candies. It's not to smuggle it to the kids, which was sort of a misunderstanding of, I think, this process early on, but just to get it, just to smuggle it in general. You could intermingle it with this other stuff, right? No.
Yeah, that's true.
The fentanyl available in the U.S. mainly supplied by two criminal drug networks out of Mexico, the Sinaloa cartel and the Jalisco New Generation cartel.
Here's a picture of it being smuggled in candy boxes. This is actually from California, but same kind of deal,
Yeah, this guy had a lot, I mean, 10,000 fentanyl pills. Yeah. I don't think he'll be seeing anything for a while. It's raining monkeys in Florida.
What?
A Florida man records monkeys jumping from trees into the river at Silver Spring State Park. He videoed them. This is Ocala, Florida. Is that how they say it? When you're exploring the great outdoors in Florida, they say you might expect to see alligators in the water or native egrets flying above, but one man and his family were boating down the Silver River in Silver Springs. They didn't expect to see monkeys leaping from trees into the water right in front of them, but indeed, that's what they got. They're all jumping. The monkeys.
What?
Yes. It's raining monkeys, he said.
Wow.
Yeah, it seemed to be a turf war between two separate troops of monkeys.
Oh, that can oftentimes be very, very difficult. Yeah, the monkey turf wars, very, very rough. I went to the monkey preserve in South Africa. It was a while ago. I just remember it's quite a vast area. And you hear, this is so eerie. You hear is it the macaws or the monkeys, macaque maybe, that they scream kind of, almost that baboon screaming. It's really eerie because they're talking to each other or they're claiming territory, or the macaque monkeys, maybe it is. Wow, it was really intense. Here is the monkey video, them jumping from trees. Here we go.
Oh my God.
That's wild. They're just jumping into the water from the trees.
No, I'm not.
Love that stuff.
Up. Oh my God. Yes, I'm trying to, but Kate's telling me to back up. I'm not going to. Oh, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay. Dad, back up.
They're really dive bombing.
There are a lot of them. It really is raining monkeys everywhere. Those of you who are listening on the podcast, you should check out the YouTube feed of this. It's pretty wild. Anyway, that's the deal. Thank you. That's from Silver Spring State Park. And finally, a Florida man is this the finally, Albert? I think it is, right? Florida man becomes a millionaire after spelling 8 simple words with the scratch-off games. Hampton, Florida is the location. Lottery officials say Brandon Trinks, 24 years old, of Hampton, claimed a $1 million prize from the $5 million cash word scratch-off game. He wanted the one-time lump sum payment of $780,000. He bought the winning ticket at the MJM food store on U.S. Highway 301 South in Hampton. You know where that is, guys?
That's right near the Whole Foods, Mark Thompson.
Yes, it is. It is near the Whole Foods. The store is going to get $2,000 bonus commission for selling the winning ticket. The cash word game cost $20. It was launched in May of last year. And what did he spell? What did he spell, Albert? I thought does it say, or? Oh, you just scratch it off and it just spells cash or something? Is that it?
Yeah, it's like one of those. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. In other words, you just scratch it off, and if it spells out the winning word, then you win it. And this guy got $1 million. That's pretty strong. That'll buy a lot of fentanyl.
SAT word.
Yeah, I thought it might be a dingable word, but it wasn't. Yeah. Well, I hope he puts that money to good use. In Florida, there's a lot of mischief you can get into with little money. So I hope that he'll put it to good use. Maybe first of all, you got to buy.
He announced that he wanted the one-time lump sum. They put him on a watch list.
Seen at a local strip club twerking? That's Flight of Fabulous Florida for today.
This has been Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
Y'all come back now, here.
We must pick a favorite. I will remind you of what they are in the chat. You can completely participate with this. It's either the 18-year-old who shoots a woman accidentally while she's twerking. This is at a house party. Then he asks for her number and a chance to hang out with her. A Florida man with the $10,000 fentanyl pills in the Walmart parking lot. The monkeys that were raining from trees in Silver Spring State Park. The Florida man spelling the words with the scratch-off game, getting $1 million. Before you commit, I'll remind you of the Dominatrix group showing up to a Fort Lauderdale City Hall and demanding a taxpayer-funded sex dungeon. I turn to you first, Kim.
I was going Dominatrix, but then the monkeys jumped from the trees in such spectacular fashion.
Yes.
I think I'm still going Dominatrix.
Dominatrix says Karen Q.
Yeah, it's really very Florida.
Free-falling monkeys, says Indirect. Jumping monkeys, says Joanne. The monkeys, says Kathleen. Vilma says monkeys. Lori B says twerker, hands down. Monkeys says Russ. Twerker says Jim. Definitely the monkeys, says Neiman. Dominatrix from Joe Box. Joe Box is back on the scene. He has yet
Joe Box and Little Anthony.
Joe Box has yet to get in touch with Kim, so tell us where he wants his banner.
Shoot me a message. I emailed you, Joe Box.
Shoot it or lose it, I would say on that. I vote monkeys. They're just awesome, says Huge in Japan. Monkeys, says Nancy. Twerker, says Agent Kitty Feets. Twerker, says Francine. There are no right answers.
It's a toss-up today.
But what would you say would be the right answer, Commissioner Albert?
That's got to be the Dominatrix group. They got
Albert, thank you.
They got their message across. There's also a poll, so if you want to participate in the poll, there's already 37 votes. We'll review that sometime, maybe before the...
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, so you can vote on the poll on Twitter, on YouTube, I mean.
Albert, thank you.
Yeah, good. Tony, what do you think of all of these? Which is your favorite, please?
I really like the monkey story. It's great. Dominatrix is absolutely Florida.
Thanks, Tony.
It is Florida.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, I think
Central Florida.
Well, we are all going different directions. I agree that the monkey video is terrific, and I encourage people listening on the podcast to check out the YouTube replay and see it. I also, though, feel as though the narrative is important, and the narrative of the woman twerking being accidentally shot, and then the guy still asking for her number, that feels very Florida as well. But a round of applause for all. Yes. And when we come back, I hope we'll have Jim Avila and Michael Shore. Did we send them the links? Gosh. Albert, can you double check on that?
Yep, I'll just check on that right now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, it's the holidays. We do what we can. Smash the like button like a ball.